If you love amazing archaeological finds as much as we do, you're in the right place. There's nothing we enjoy more than rounding up incredible discoveries about the past and presenting them for you to enjoy in videos like this one. So, we've done it again with this collection of ancient wonders. We begin in Albania, where archaeologists believe that they found the ancient Hellenistic-era city of Bassania. Historical records tell us that Bassania was once an Illyrian city, but fell to Roman control during the Illyrian Wars. The city was destroyed, and after that, its location became a secret lost to time. The fall of Bassania was mentioned by the Roman historian Livius, but he wrote of it around 200 years after it happened 2,200 years ago. It now seems that Bassania was built on a hill near the city of Shkodra, where two structures once thought to be natural rock formations have turned out to be bastions next to a former gatehouse. By examining fragments of pottery found at the site, scientists have been able to confirm that they've found the remains of a city that was founded around 4,000 years ago, but the fragments of Roman amphorae confirm a Roman presence around 2,200 years ago. Surprisingly, it appears that the end of Bassania came about not through fire or destruction, but through over-quarrying, robbing the settlement of its natural resources and forcing its populace to move away. Let's take a trip back to the 16th century and explore the fascinating world of tapestry. The tapestry titled Gideon's Present to the Lord is a remarkable piece of art that was woven in Oudenarde around 1578. This tapestry is part of a set of 13 that tells the story of Gideon, a figure from the Old Testament. The tapestry depicts a scene where Gideon presents a child, broth, and cakes to an angel under an oak tree, a narrative taken from the Book of Judges 6:19. The tapestry was originally woven for Sir Christopher Hatton, whose arms and initials are woven into the borders. However, after Hatton's death in 1591, the tapestry was purchased by Elizabeth, Countess of Shrewsbury, also known as Bess of Hardwicke. Bess had patches with her own coat of arms stuck over Hatton's, and his crest of a golden hind was converted into a Cavendish stag by painting it brown and adding antlers. The tapestry, now housed at Hardwicke Hall, Derbyshire, measures 234 inches in height and 14 feet in width. Some people would consider what Bess did to the original tapestry to be vandalism, but it still remains a beautiful piece. Imagine this. You're out with your metal detector in Falster, southeast Denmark, and suddenly, it beeps. You dig into the ground and unearth a tiny half-inch long object. It turns out to be a patrice, a pre-Viking stamp used to create gold images and offered as a votive to the gods. This is exactly what happened to Leonard Larsen, a metal detector enthusiast, in July 2023. This stamp, dating back to the Germanic Iron Age around 500 to 700, could potentially rewrite Danish history. It suggests the existence of a significant settlement, possibly linked to a powerful individual or an early king. The stamp depicts a figure in elaborate clothing, with hands held in a distinctive manner, facing downwards, palms visible. This posture symbolizes submission or revelation, a theme prevalent in both Christian and pre-Christian cultures. The exact identity of the figure remains a mystery, but it could be a god or a king. The discovery of this stamp has sparked further interest in the area, and the museum Lolland Falster plans to conduct more excavations. Who knows what other secrets lie beneath the surface? Here's something else to picture. You're in Peru, and you stumble upon an open-air sounding dance floor designed to mimic the sound of thunder when danced upon. This isn't a modern marvel, but a relic from between 1000 and 1400, located at a site called Viejo San Jacinto, about 124 miles southeast of Lima. This site was in use during the Inca rule, and possibly even during the early years of the Spanish conquest. The dance floor was built on one of two open-air platforms facing the nearby mountain of Huinchacruz, a revered site featuring a pre-Hispanic ceremonial platform known as an ushnu. The platform's unique design consists of 4 layers of carefully prepared fills, including a mixture of camelid guano and clean, silty clay, strategically placed to create a deep, bass-like sound when danced upon. It's believed that the platform could have held up to 26 people dancing in unison, creating a loud, thunderous sound. This discovery has led researchers to believe that sound played a significant role in ancient Andean rituals, with the rhythmic reverberations of their dances allowing ancient Andeans to communicate with the divine. Now, doesn't that make you want to dance? In Zurich, Switzerland, archaeologists have discovered the ancient corpse of a Celtic woman buried in a hollowed-out tree trunk. The woman, believed to have died 2,200 years ago, was buried with great respect, adorned in fine clothes and jewelry. The Iron Age Celts were known to use tree coffins buried deep underground for their burials. The woman's remains were found in 2017, and analysis indicates she was around 40 years old when she died in 200 BCE. Her bones suggest she led a life of importance, likely avoiding manual labor. The analysis of her clothing revealed layers of fine sheep's wool, fur, and sheepskin, while her jewelry included bronze bracelets, a delicate belt, and a stunning necklace with amber and glass beads. The necklace featured a unique clasp known as a brooch, allowing her to attach blue and yellow beads. Interestingly, another Celtic man was buried nearby with a sword, shield, and lance, suggesting a possible connection between the two. The Celts, renowned for their ferocity, stretch from Britain to modern-day Turkey, and their practices continue to fascinate archaeologists because we still know so little about them, despite the abundance of burial sites we've found. Archaeologists in Saaremaa, Estonia, recently made a remarkable discovery at a 1,700-year-old sacrificial site. Among the findings were opulent local crossbow brooches, some crafted from silver and others gold-plated silver, along with Scandinavian-style belt plaques featuring silver plates. However, the most extraordinary find was a massive gold bracelet or collar from the 3rd century. Gold finds are uncommon in Estonian archaeology, making this a truly exceptional discovery and possibly the most valuable find in Estonian history. According to archaeologist Marika Maji, such bracelets were symbolic of membership in the highest strata of society and held associations with royal power and families. This specific type of jewelry is considered significant throughout Scandinavia during the Roman Iron Age. The discovery also offers valuable insights into Estonia's early centuries CE. The find has been handed over to the Saaremaa Museum, where it will be showcased in a new exhibition. This discovery not only underscores the cultural and historical significance of Estonia, but also sheds light on the lives and status symbols of its ancient inhabitants. The history of this part of the world is dominated by the Vikings, but Estonia has a rich past and heritage of its own. In October 2019, a family volunteering at the Usha Archaeological site in Western Galilee made a remarkable discovery. Usha, a Jewish settlement from 135 CE and the first location of the Sanhedrin after the Bar Kokhba revolt, revealed its previously unknown iron industry when the family unearthed a rare 1,400-year-old iron hammer. The site had already been known for its extensive glass industry, producing beautifully finished glass goblets, as well as wine and olive oil production. Archaeologists leading the excavation noted that only about 20 iron hammers from the Byzantine period were registered in Israel Antiquities Authority records, making this find even more significant. They surmised that Usha's iron production center likely forged essential items such as nails and little rings for day-to-day use. Among the famous residents of Usha mentioned in Jewish sources was Rabbi Yitzhak Nafa, whose name is associated with the origins of the word blacksmith. However, The iron industry at Usha was not contemporaneous with his time. Instead, the uniqueness of the site lies in its exceptional glass industry. The ongoing excavations, involving approximately 15,000 pupils and volunteers, has unveiled various artifacts, including pottery, stone tools, and ritual baths. The findings offer insights into ancient Jewish life and culture, connecting people to their heritage and history through the Sanhedrin Trail Project, which traverses the Galilee from Bet She'arim to Tiberias. El Kuru, an ancient site in Sudan's Nile region, is a place of fascinating stories dating from the Kingdom of Kush to the early Christian period. Recent excavations by the International Kuru Archaeological Project have revealed nearly 1,000 individual carved graffiti on pyramid tombs and a rock-cut temple. These carvings span centuries and include images of animals, religious symbols, and transportation means, as well as gouged holes, which may have been used for spiritual and medicinal purposes. Some carvings date back to the 4th century BCE, showing Egyptian and Kushite motifs, while later ones from the early medieval period feature Christian symbols carved by pilgrims. The coexistence of both traditions in one place provides valuable insights into the site's historical significance and the beliefs of different communities, including non-elite individuals. The exhibition of these etchings at the University of Michigan offers a glimpse into the civilization of ancient Kush and its diverse expressions of belief. Efforts to establish a visitor center in El Kuru aim to further promote local heritage and understanding of the site. In a recent and remarkable discovery, an enormous Roman mosaic has been unearthed in southern Turkey, showcasing the vast influence of the Roman Empire during its peak. The mosaic, found near the ancient city of Antiochia ad Kregum, once adorned the floor of a bath complex adjacent to a 25-foot-long open-air pool. Covering a staggering 1,600 square feet, the mosaic boasts intricate geometric patterns on a white background, including starburst designs and intertwined loops. Dating back to the 3rd or 4th century CE, the mosaic's remarkable preservation has astounded archaeologists. It contradicts the belief that southern Turkey was only peripherally impacted by the Roman Empire, revealing that Antiochia ad Kregum was significantly influenced by Roman culture. Excavations in the city have also unveiled a Roman temple from the 3rd century and a street lined with colonnades and shops. The first significant ancient Roman discovery made in the region came in 2002, after which they've barely stopped coming. Plans are underway to construct a protective shelter over the mosaic and open the site to the public for future visits, but there's still archaeological work to be done before that can happen. In an awe-inspiring discovery, Spanish archaeologists from Jaen's University have unearthed a remarkably well-preserved wooden sarcophagus at the Kubet el-Hawa necropolis in Aswan, Egypt. The delicate face of the sarcophagus, believed to contain the remains of a person of high rank, has emerged into the sunlight after being hidden for thousands of years. The excavation, led by Professor Alejandro Jimenez Serrano and a team of 17 experts from Spanish and British universities, has been ongoing for a month and has already yielded significant finds, including 20 mummies and a tomb dating back to around 1830 BCE. The necropolis of Kubet el-Hawa, with its string of 40 tombs carved into a rocky cliff face, served as the final resting place for some of Egypt's most esteemed officials, and offers a commanding view of the city of Aswan. The team's multidisciplinary approach has allowed them to employ innovative techniques like RTI and 3D scanning, enabling them to read hieroglyphic texts with unprecedented accuracy. This convergence of expertise has shed new light on the once hidden face of history, unraveling the mysteries of ancient Egypt and offering us a glimpse into the lives of those who shaped its rich past. As the excavation continues, the world awaits more revelations and discoveries from this promising site. The Alfred jewel is one of the most intricate and valuable treasures of the Anglo-Saxon period in England, and it's far from clear how anything so precious ended up lost and buried anonymously in a field. The 9th century item of jewelry was commissioned personally by King Alfred, who used it as a pointer to assist with reading. It's thought that he had several less valuable copies made, which he distributed to friends and relatives. The pointer was presumably affixed to the socket in the dragon's head at the front of the jewel, but would have been the least interesting and valuable part of an object that contains a gold-framed quartz crystal. Historians can't agree on the identity of the human figure depicted on the jewel. It could be Jesus Christ, or it could be Saint Cuthbert, who was an important saint in England long before St. George replaced him. In the late 17th century, the jewel was found in a field in Somerset, close to Athelney Abbey, the place from which Alfred launched an attack against the invading Danes. It's possible that he lost the jewel in battle, and it stayed in the earth for 700 years. Carving a huge temple out of a single piece of rock by hand strikes us as the most difficult way of possibly creating a building. That hasn't stopped people from doing it, though. This is the Kailasa Temple in India, which is the single largest monolithic building in the world. It's been carved into a cave on the side of a mountain, and it took 20 years to finish it. Ancient Hindus performed the labor, which is rumored to have been ordered by a Hindu king who had prayed to the god Shiva to save his wife from sickness and had seemingly had his prayers answered. Work was completed around 1,300 years ago. It's not the only example of such a structure either. A scale model of the Kailasa Temple has also been built in South India, and this one goes by the name of Vetuvan Coil. It's roughly the same shape as Kailasa Temple and bears many of the same markings, although this one was scraped out of a hillside as opposed to being carved into a mountain. Curiously, Vetuvan Coil is unfinished. It's possible that Vetuvan Coil was intended to be a prototype or test build for Kailasa Temple, but why wouldn't they finish one before starting the other? Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and you will be the first to know when a new video comes out. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.